Welcome to our Wednesday training call. Our Medicare training calls every single Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So what I want to do today is I want to talk about our AEP annual enrollment. I want to talk about our strategy, our game plan, what it is that we want to do, and how can we be successful during AEP? How can we make sure that we don't fail? Maybe last year you were with us or with a different organization, you bought leads and it didn't turn out the way that you wanted it to be. It wasn't your AEP that you thought it was going to be. Hey, things change, demographics change. In fact, the good news for us is that the laws changed in favor of field agents. Finally, right? There's so many call centers putting people in bad plans. So we've really got an agents like us that do the right thing by our client. And we're not just there to sell them. You know, I could go out there and have 100% closing ratio with Medicare, but that's not the right thing to do for every single client. You know, I could go there and sit down with someone that has Medicare and, you know, put them in a different plan. It's not ethical. I don't want to do that to every single person just because they're in a plan. I don't want to just flip them to another. And that's the perception, is that, hey, we're going to put you in something better. We really got to do what's in their best interest. And they don't know until sometimes they go to use it. And that's where complaints come from. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that we're doing everything that's in the client's best interest. Okay. And I want to make sure that we're all prepared for AEP. So let me go ahead and start with some of these questions, and then we'll go into our AEP strategy. So one question that was asked over here was, do you have to notify the other insurance carrier when a client switches from one Medicare plan to another? And the answer is no, you don't. With Medicare Advantage plans, you do not have to do that. If you write one Medicare Advantage plan with Humana and they were in United Healthcare, CMS, Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services, CMS goes ahead and they approve that, and it's automatically done. It's the easiest thing in the world. Imagine if we had that on the life insurance side. How cool would that be? It's like, hey, you write a policy, the other one's canceled, no problem, it's done. You don't have to do anything. Right? Literally, there's no phone call, nothing you have to do. It's like, that's amazing. The cash value check sent right out to them, that'd be great. But to answer the question, if you're switching one Medicare Advantage plan to another, since that's 95% of our business, I'll leave it at that. Okay. You do not have to do anything with the other policy. When you submit that Humana plan, that United Healthcare plan, that Aetna Medicare Advantage plan, it automatically gets done by CMS, and the other carrier now gets out and in with the new, out with the old. Okay. With a Medicare supplement plan, not Medicare Advantage, with a Medicare supplement plan, that does need to be canceled. That replacement form does need to be filled out if they're going from one Medicare supplement plan to another Medicare supplement plan. Okay. Medicare Advantage is different than Medicare supplement. We all know that. Perfect. All right, great. If you guys have questions on that, like I said, drop it in the chat. If you don't know what a Medicare supplement is, we have training on my website that explains all of that. We have training for Medicare Advantage plans. They're two completely separate things, and I won't go into the details on it. What if someone's just in a prescription drug plan and they switch and they get into, so Gustavo, are you on here? It's probably, yeah, Gustavo's out here slinging it, by the way. So first off, I just want to say thank you to everyone that really this year or in the past few months or however long you've been with us, but primarily that, you know, this coming year, we've had so many new people. You know, I'd say we probably added over 100 new agents. And I want to say thank you to everyone that is currently selling, been selling with us. Y'all doing a phenomenal job. And then for all the people that are new to it, you know, not the Daryl Bartons of the world who's been doing it for a while and he knows his stuff. He knows his stuff better than most people in here. So I want to say thank you to every single person who really took Medicare and implemented it into their business. And there's some phenomenal people on here that have been doing it. And I just want to say congratulations and thank you for doing that, and keep doing a phenomenal job. You know, I can always tell who's working and who's not working by the amount of text messages and phone calls I get from those people on a daily basis. You know what I mean? I can always tell. So that's super important. So I'll give you an example from Gustavo, who was out there in the field today, as per usual. And he had a great example. And then we'll go into Patrick Feline, who you see on here is Christopher Feline. He had another great example. So I'll go into two examples. So Gustavo was with a client today, and that client she had Medicare and Medicaid. Okay. She worked for the school system a while back, but not enough years to get the TRS, the teacher's retirement system, and get that health insurance. Okay. So she was on full Medicare, Part A and Part B, and full Medicaid. I say, hey, what's our first step over here, guys? What do we got to do? All right. We don't know what she has. She doesn't know what she has. Right. So I want to confirm either what their existing plan is, because clients get flipped all the time. They show you one card and that can be wrong. Okay. So I want to go ahead and I want to go into that Medicare.gov account with that client. Most of the time, what we realize is those Medicare.gov accounts are not created by clients. In fact, they're created by agents almost exclusively, right? It's like 98% of the time, the client, they don't know their username. They don't know their security question because they weren't the ones that created it. Okay. So we go ahead and we find out, we help her with the account. We log into it. She has a Cigna prescription drug plan, full Medicaid, and then full Medicare, full Medicaid. But what's Gustavo's next step there? Right. And I guide him through this. I'm not going to just do all the work for you. I want you, while you're in the home, under pressure, if you will, right? For some of us, you feel like it's pressure, and then others, right? There's no pressure at all, right? So if you're under pressure in the home, right? I'm going to walk you through these steps. Hey, screenshot what you're looking at. I'll tell you exactly where to go. So I showed him, we went to uhcjarvis.com. He did a Medicare and Medicaid verification check, right? Which there's two buttons. One's just for Medicare. The other button's for Medicare and Medicaid. If you don't know what I'm talking about, log into UHC Jarvis, go to tools. It says it right there in front of you. As soon as on the home screen, Medicare and Medicaid verification. He clicks that. He types in all of her information. Boom. We see this lady is eligible for a dual special needs plan. What does that mean? For the client, that means that now she's going to get crazy amounts of dental. Okay. She's going to get vision included in her plan, over the counter and food benefits. She's going to get a card on the first of every single month that's $125 that she can go swipe at the grocery store to buy healthy food items such as meat, fish, pork, chicken. She can buy fruits, vegetables, nuts, berries, and then any grocery like dairy, as well as bread, right? Eggs. She can get stuff like that, which is phenomenal. So you're literally taking someone whose income is beneath $1,100 a month that got them on that full Medicaid, right? And you're putting $125 a month in their pocket. And not only can she just buy food with this, with the United Healthcare plan, that this was the example, right? She could also buy over-the-counter items. So anything in those 8 aisles at Walmart, right? So if she needs hydrogen peroxide, toothpaste, toothbrush, Tylenol, Advil, right? All of that stuff. So we went through the steps. Okay. And I got a worksheet that I just created for everyone, not a worksheet. I have a steps sheet. And I know I did that on the prior call, where I had that PowerPoint. I brought it up and I showed you all the steps. So I created a little sheet to make it easier on everyone. Okay. So we look at this and we explain to this client. And what do most clients say when you tell them it doesn't cost them anything? When you tell them there's no way I can get something like that, how does that even make sense? They're going to give me $2,000 in dental and I don't have to pay a dime. That doesn't make sense. You're right. I get it. But you remember, every single check that you ever had, the government, they took what out of it? What's the T word? Taxes. So you paid the man. And I'll tell you one thing. When the government owes you, they take their sweet time. But when you owe them, they take it. In fact, they take it before you even get your paycheck, right? So you pay taxes, and depending on where you live, right? Every agent's different in different states, right? You have federal, state, Social Security, and Medicare. Okay. So you basically got 4 taxes. In Texas, we only got 3 taxes: federal, Social Security, and Medicare. So they're paying into these programs. So it's not free. I can't get it. Gustavo, in this situation, he can't get it. You pay taxes your whole life, over 10 years or 40 quarters, and that's why you are entitled to it. Okay. You're entitled to it. So it's not free. You're right. You pay taxes. That's why you get it. See, I can't get it. Gustavo can't get it. Okay. So we told her all the stuff. Go through the pitch. How excited do you think that person is when we leave the house? How excited do you think Gus is that he's got a check for $573 with a health assessment for an extra $50? He just made $623 for adding something into his business that he wasn't doing a month ago. A sale that he wouldn't have gotten. That now opens up the door, right, to sell other products in that home. And she loves us, right? She's smiling. She's happy. She's excited. So it's a great example. Patrick, Feline today, he had another great example where he was with a client. And this lady, she had no idea what she's got. She's like, I don't know. I don't know what I got. I don't know if I have anything, right? So she doesn't have a red, white, and blue card. So that first step of creating a Medicare account or helping a client log into their Medicare account, we can't do that. Well, what do we do now? So he calls me, gives me the information, right? He texts me before, gives me all the information. So I know the backstory, right? I just don't want a phone call. It's a cold call. And I like, hey, fill me in on this stuff. Like, hey, no, text me the details. I'll ask you the right questions to ask the client, and then we'll go from there. So he goes ahead and he figures out, he's like, yeah, she just turned 65. Like, when? Last month. Oh, okay. Just turned 65. Why would someone not be on Medicare if they just turned 65? Well, either they didn't pay enough money into the system, right? They didn't work for 10 years or 40 quarters. So now they have to pay to have Part A, right? Which covers your hospital. Anytime you go inpatient, anything inpatient, hospitalization. So now instead of that being free, Part A, instead of Part A being free, they got to pay for it. And you know what? If you didn't pay the taxes your whole life, you probably don't have enough money to afford that, in addition to paying that Part B premium, right? So let's put that aside. So why wouldn't she have it? So we ask her simple questions, right? So if you turn 65, generally speaking, if you turn 65 and you worked enough in your life, and now you are going to start collecting your Social Security, you have to sign up for Medicare. Okay. But good news. I asked her a question. I say, hey, how long have you been on Social Security for? She says, I've been collecting it for 3 years. What does that tell me? That tells me that she is automatically enrolled in Medicare. If you've been collecting, write this note down, guys. If you've been collecting Social Security for greater than 4 months prior to your 65th birthday, you're automatically enrolled. So you can collect Social Security early retirement. She happened to have got it when she was 62, is when she started getting her check. Okay. She's automatically enrolled. People move. People have a PO box. They get rid of their PO box, right? Whatever it might be. Maybe they use mom's address. Maybe mom passed away. Now they're not using mom's address anymore. So she wasn't getting the mail, and she didn't know what to do. But you know who knew what to do? We did. Okay. So she wasn't on Medicaid. She was just on Medicare. So what do we do? What's our first step? Should we call Social Security and wait on hold for 2 hours to try and enroll her in Medicare? No. Should we call 1-800-Medicare and see if she's active and get the red, white, and blue card number? No. That's a worst case scenario. We'll do that. But do you know what we did? We called United Healthcare. Great company, right? We called them. We say, hey, we have Miss Mary over here, Miss Linda, whatever. It doesn't matter. Make up a name, right? We have Miss Mary over here, and she just turned 65. She's been on Social Security for a little while. I want to go ahead and just verify that she's on Medicare. We need that MBI number, Medicare Beneficiaries Identification Number, Medicare Beneficiary Identification Number, MBI. It's their Medicare number. It's a bunch of letters and numbers. Okay. And that Part A and Part B effective date. Okay. What do you need from me? Great. I'm going to need her social. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to need her date of birth. Perfect. I'm going to need her mail address. Perfect. We got all that stuff. And now that we have all that stuff, we put it all in there. We give them the information. They come back and they say, hey, she's already enrolled in Medicare. Great. Give me the information. So what we do is we get the information. We write it all down. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Then our next step is to go into Medicare.gov, because we want to see if someone's already enrolled her in a plan. Okay. Turns out nothing. So what did we do? We put her into a Medicare Advantage plan, because that was the best thing for her in the situation that she had. Okay. So we put her into that plan, and boom, now Patrick's getting a check for $573 with a $50 bonus, $623. Same thing as Gustavo. That's amazing. All for doing something that he wasn't doing 6 months ago. Right. So that's an amazing thing. And those are some great stories. Next question that we have over here is, where do you go on Sunfire to compare current plans of what they have to new potential plans side by side? Okay. So this question actually was a question that was like, hey, is Sunfire going to automatically pull up their existing plan? Right. Like when I type in their information, I create and I add a contact. Okay. And it's like, I create Miss Mary Jones and zip code 78201, date of birth 1155, and I create that contact. Is that automatically going to pull up her information of what plan she has? No. So you have to just, when you go into Sunfire, all right, you have to go in there and find the plan based on the card that she has in front of her, their current health insurance card, right? But if you only have their current Medicare card, or you're not 100% certain about their current health insurance card, you go to Medicare.gov to confirm that. Okay. I make it a habit just to go to Medicare.gov to confirm it. because people always think they got something that they don't have, right? And it's just, I've seen it too many times. And then you enroll a client into the plan that you thought that they didn't have, and then boom, it gets declined, and that's it. Because you didn't do one step. It takes less than 5 minutes. So let's see. How do you know when it would be beneficial to check Part B give back filters? So that's a great question. So every client's going to be a little bit different. Okay. So every client's going to be a little bit different. What I look back for basically, quote unquote suitability to find out what plan is going to be the best for the client. Okay. Is I'm going to look at their health. So what is a Part B give back plan? Let's start at the top. A Part B give back plan, basically what that means is it pays a portion of the Part B premium. So Part B, which is their medical on that red, white, and blue card, there's two parts. Part A, inpatient, hospital. Part B, medical, outpatient. Okay. So just remember this for Part A and Part B. I'll make it clear, then I'll go back to that. Part A, anytime you go into the hospital. Part B, anytime you go outside of the hospital. What do you mean go outside of the hospital? You go to your doctor's office, right? You're not confined overnight. Part A confinement, okay? Inpatient hospitalization. All right, go back to this. So let's say, for example, we look at Miss Mary's prescription drugs. Okay, she's on generic drugs, tier 1. We ask Miss Mary, hey, do you go to the doctor a lot? No. I just take this lisinopril and that's it. I haven't been to the doctor in a year. I just do my annual exam and that's it. Okay, great. What I do is I'm looking at that and she's basically telling me, hey, I'm a pillar of health. I'm in pretty good health. I'm 68 years old, right? I don't even use this plan. I just have it because I have to have it. Okay. Are you paying that Part B premium of $170.10? The answer is yes. Great. Well, hey, there's good news. There's a couple different options for you. Okay. And listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I've been doing this for 8 years now. I work with all the companies. I don't care about the company. I care about you. That's literally my job. That's my responsibility. It's my obligation. So what I want to do is I want to look to see if there's other options that benefit you the most. Because as you know, there's changes every single year. And Medicare sends you out this little booklet. And by little booklet, I mean it's about 300 pages long. And you do the same thing that everyone does, right? You don't read it because I ain't ever read it. And no one that I ever sat with of the tens of thousands of people that we're helping has ever read it. And if you did, I would be surprised. And honestly, I'll give you a pat on the back, right? Because that would be amazing because most people don't. Okay. So they give you the updates every year. And people always ask me like, hey, why didn't the company tell me about this? Well, they did. They usually send you booklets, but no one ever reads them. And that's okay. That's why I have a job. That's literally why I have a job. Right. So I'm happy you didn't read it. In fact, when you get it in the future, throw it in the garbage. That way I can come out and I can talk to you again because I like it. So I figure out that they're in pretty good health and I say, hey, we have some options here. One option is we can increase your Social Security check by $100 a month. Okay. Now, they don't just do that for no reason, Miss Mary. When they do that, some of the costs that you have will go up. So let me explain what that means. Okay. So right now with AERP, your cost when you go see a specialist is only $20. When you go see your primary, it's $0. When you go see a specialist, it's $20. With this plan from Cigna, they're going to increase your Social Security check by $100 a month. Okay. You just made $1,200, right? By switching to them. Here's $1,200. Boom, write you a check, $1,200 basically. Okay. They increase your Social Security check by $100 a month or $1,200 a year. Your primary doctor, when you go to see them, is still $0. Okay. But when you go to see a specialist, now it's $40. Right? So it's only a $20 difference. It ain't going to make or break the bank and it ain't going to kill you. And you don't, like you said, you don't go see a specialist too often. But if you did, you pay $20 more than what you would have paid. But you're getting $100 a month increase in your Social Security check. Still has some dental, right? Not going to be as good, but it still got in there. You still get your preventative. You get some comprehensive. Still has some vision. Sometimes they have over the counter, right? So it's still got benefits. It's just not going to be as rich. But I will tell you, okay, if you do get sick and you do need to go back to the United Healthcare plan that we switch you from to Cigna, okay, you can, because there's no underwriting with Medicare Advantage plans. Health doesn't matter. Health doesn't matter at all. So you can switch for certain reasons throughout the year. St. Louis, Missouri just had a major storm, right? Create a lot of flooding. So FEMA declares what's called a special election period for natural disaster. Means that you can enroll someone using that special election period right now until I think November. Okay. So for you as an agent, when you're looking at this, you're saying, hey, this is perfect. I could put her in this plan. She could save money now. If her health changes, she needs to go to a plan with lower cost. I could change her back. Yep. Sounds like a no-brainer to me. So it's an example of why I would use a Part B premium. All right, so let's go ahead. So the next question is, of all the side-by-side plan benefits, what are the main three or so that you look at to compare first to get a good idea of which plan is the best one for the client? So basically that is a great question. So that question is awesome because there's some really key things. Okay. Now my mind thinks like this. I need to sell them stuff. Okay. What am I going to sell them? If I could sell a Medicare plan, great. Right. If they want life insurance, great. But hospital indemnity, hospital indemnity, hospital indemnity, hospital indemnity. What is the main things on a hospital indemnity plan that will be covered? What's the main cost that clients generally will incur? Okay. So yeah, I'll give you $2,000 in dental. You probably don't use, I don't use $2,000 a year in dental myself personally, right? Not many people do. Okay. But it's good to have it when you need it. But going in the hospital, getting a large bill from that for $1,500 with one company, whereas the other company's $1,200, that $300 can make a difference. It's a 20% decrease. So let me go over some of the main things that I look at. Okay. I look at how much the ambulance cost is, right? They're all in alphabetical order. So I look at how much the ambulance is, and then I work my way down to dental. Say, hey, how much do they have for dental? Does it cover preventative? Does it cover comprehensive? Perfect. Okay. So I look at that. Then the next thing that I look at, okay, as I'm going through that, is I want to go ahead and look at, I'll look at like outpatient, such as like physical therapy or speech therapy, chiropractic, stuff like that. I'll look at co-payments for that. So I want to look at that, right? Going off of the hospital indemnity plan, kind of like building my little product. Okay. I want to look at outpatient surgery. How much does it cost if they fall, they break their arm, they need to get something done outpatient where they're not hospitalized? Okay. What's that? So I'll look at that. I'll look at over the counter, right? OTC. How much do they get in over the counter through the catalogs? Where do you guys find the catalogs? Go to my website, portal training in the Medicare portion, first section. Pull up over there. It says it's got every single, it labels it UHC OTC catalog, Aetna OTC catalog, etc. Right on there. Okay, great. Then I look at vision. How much do they get in vision? Perfect. Okay, next. Then I want to go ahead and look at inpatient hospitalization. So that's pretty key. It's really important too. Obviously, drugs are a very important factor, but those are the highlights of the plan, of the benefits of the plan. Next. Cool. Okay, so that was it for those questions. Thank you very much for those ones. Let's go to the next one over here. We have, okay, let me actually go to a question. Jason had a really good question. Where is it? Here we go. All right, cool. All right, so here's a good question from Jason. He said, one thing I'd be interested in hearing about is how agents write a lot of policies during AEP. It can take time checking doctors and prescriptions. Is it better to not get into someone's Medicare if they have a bag full of meds and a list of docs and get to the next house with a simpler health profile? So what I'm going to write is speed of the sales process. Okay. Writing a lot of business during AEP. Okay, that's a great question. All right. So now, with that said, is a great question to segue into the call itself. Okay. So some stuff that I want y'all to start doing is I want you to get ahead now in August. Start now. Get ahead of the curve. You got to get ahead of the curve right now. You need to start this stuff immediately. There's many agents on this call that are writing little to no business, right? Little to no business. You're contracted, you're certified, but you haven't written anything. And to me, that means it's either a failure on my part or a failure on your part or both, right? So, right, and you probably got my email today saying that, right? What am I doing wrong? What are you doing wrong to the point where you're not writing more business, right? Where's the disconnect? Are you not confident? Have you not even gone to my website and done the training? Probably not. Right? Well, I don't know. I don't even know what part A and part B is. Did you do the training? Nope. Okay. Well, you answer your own question. Go ahead and take the time to do it. There's nothing more important than being an expert in your craft, to taking time to learning and educating yourself on this stuff. I didn't get good at this stuff just magically because I took a pill one day and I woke up and I was good at Medicare. I got good at it because I want to be an expert. I want to be at the best at everything that I do, just in general in life. Okay. So that's very important. So do that. Right? Just do it. And you got to do it yourself because ain't no one going to do it for you. So some key strategies that we need to use now. You have existing clients. Okay. What are we doing with our existing clients? So let's use our hospital indemnity strategy. Okay. So we have a hospital indemnity plan, and our strategy for hospital indemnity plans during AEP is simple. Okay. It's really, really simple. Talk to your clients now about their gaps in their coverage. 95, 98% of clients who have Medicare Advantage plans do not have a hospital indemnity plan. Do not have a hospital indemnity plan. And remember, you don't get what you don't ask for in sales. So most of the time, agents aren't asking for it. That's it, right? It's literally as simple as that. It's really that simple. So most of the time, agents are just simply not asking for that sale. So now what I want you to do is start marketing to your existing book of business of the people that you already know, the people that you've already talked to, and saying, hey, yeah, I know that you got Medicare. I know that you've been in a plan. I know I sat down and I talked with you. Either they bought from you or they didn't buy from you, right? And you're saving them for AEP, or you couldn't sell them because you didn't know what you're doing, whatever. It doesn't matter. Your strategy now is to start marketing to those clients with hospital indemnity plans. We don't know what the 2023 plans are going to be. We can't compliantly market 2023 plans right now. We don't even know what they are. So how could we even market for them? But you need to start preparing yourself now for success in the future. So what is a hospital indemnity plan? A hospital indemnity plan essentially covers the gaps for clients, and they pay a small monthly premium. Okay. So that small monthly premium for the client is going to be $40 a month, $50 a month on average in that ballpark. It's not a lot of money. It's not a lot of money, because what's going to happen is it's going to clip them a check for $1,800, $2,000, $2,400 if something happens to them, right? It's going to pay them cash to them, a cash benefit. They get paid a check sent directly to them. So, hey, Miss Mary, I know I told you I was going to follow back up with you. I'm actually going to be in the neighborhood tomorrow. I was going to stop on by. Is it around like 1, 2 o'clock tomorrow? Okay. Just take me a couple minutes. I was just going to stop on by. Do you want to bring you a cup of coffee? Whatever. Doesn't matter. Right. So start getting in front of your clients using the hospital indemnity to get in the house. Hey, so Miss Mary, I noticed that you have some gaps in your policy. We have, every single year, as you know, the plans, they change. I don't know what they're going to be next year, but I want to keep you informed about it. Okay. But what I want to do is I just want to go over some of the gaps that you have in your policy, and I just need to sit in front of you. So what you want to do is you want to have maybe your Medicare Mondays. I was just talking with E about this. Maybe you just have Medicare Mondays. Maybe you're someone that goes out in the field and you work in the field 3 days a week, 4 days a week, and you make a healthy living. Okay. Now you're going to work 5 days a week, and you're going to make Monday strictly your Medicare Mondays for right now until AEP starts, and then you go all out. Okay. So when AEP starts, before AEP starts, rather, right now on Mondays, you're revisiting all of your clients and you're trying to talk to them about their existing benefits that they already have with you or without you, right? That you know of. Okay. And you're going to talk about the gaps in those plans with a hospital indemnity product. And what you're all going to do, if you don't know anything about hospital indemnity, because this isn't a hospital indemnity call, is you're going to go on my website and you're going to watch the video and educate yourself on it. Okay. Great stuff. Great stuff. It really is phenomenal. So next, what I want to talk about as well. So that's your marketing. That's what you're doing now. And you're getting on the phone with your clients tomorrow and you're dialing every single one of them. And this is going to help you generate revenue as well as protect your book of business. So I heard something at the beginning of my career from someone that, if you can get a client to see your smiling face, the more times they see your smiling face, the lower the probability that they'll cancel. That's why if we have, I think that's Jeremy Brantley on there. Jeremy Brantley will tell you, hey, when he ran a debit route, those people are some of the hardest people to replace because they see their smiling face every single month Debit route means they come by and collect the cash. Every single month, they see that smile on face. So it's hard to replace an agent, even though you got something that's literally 10 times better sometimes. It's unbelievable. The quality is just so poor, right? So you can get something better. Now, what I also want you to do is, if you don't have a database of clients, you need to get a database of clients, because we talked about a CRM. We talked about how you need to start building that stuff up. You need to start doing that now. So stop slacking, take time, and actually build something. It can just be as simple as Google Sheets, and start getting prepared and start mailing out to your clients now. Okay. You need to use key phrases before you leave the home when you're sitting with the client as well. Okay. So some of these key things and key stuff that you guys, if you're in the home, you always hear me say it. Okay. Key stuff that I always say, hey, just so you know, Miss Mary, Medicare and Social Security, they never call you. Okay. They are never going to call you. They will only send you letters in the mail. So if someone over the phone, if they call you and they tell you that they are from Medicare, they are from Social Security, it's not true. It's probably a scam, and they're probably just trying to sell you something. Okay. So if you ever need any help with anything of your Medicare, you're going to call me, and I'm going to save my number in your phone, because you're probably like me. You don't answer the phone for people you don't know. And I'm going to take a picture of us, and I'm going to store that as a contact. Thank you for doing that. Okay. So if you get someone that's telling you, hey, your WellCare plan is not good, and here's why the United Healthcare plan is better, or your United Healthcare plan is not good, and here's why the Humana plan is better, call me. Because like I told you from the moment that I sat down, I work with all the companies. I don't care about the company. I care about you. It doesn't matter to me which company we go with. I have to type in all the information, all the doctors. I have to type in all the prescription drugs. I have to look at the company. I have to look at all the benefits. And then once I give you the information, we make a decision together based on the information that's provided to both of us. But you look at it because you're intelligent. You make your own decisions. Okay. So what can happen is someone can get your red, white, and blue card number, which is your Social Security number, right? Which you don't give out to people over the phone, do you? I hope you don't. You don't, right? Nope. You can't give that out to someone over the phone, because if you do, what can happen is you can go to the doctor, right? You can go to the hospital. Let's say, for example, you go to the doctor's office, and then you get a bill for $300 in the mail, all because you answered the phone for someone that you thought that they weren't. And instead of you saying, hey, right, let me call my agent, click, right? And you call me on up, hey, is there any updates to my plan? No, you're doing great for this year. If there's any changes, I'll definitely let you know. But if anyone calls you, you let me know, and you call me immediately, right? Text me, call me, whatever. And if I don't answer, always leave a voicemail, because I'm probably helping someone else out. Okay. So you need to start protecting your book now, and getting on the phone with your clients now, and start saying those things, whether you're leaving the home, right? Or they're your existing client, and making sure that you're talking to them right now. So if you're just doing handwritten cards, right? Go ahead and do that. Start getting in front of them that way. Send out cards, using send out cards. Just a little reminder. Hey, how you doing? Just want to let you know we have the annual enrollment period coming up, where there's a ton of changes in the plans. I'm going to be reaching out to you in a couple of days. We're going to talk, and then hopefully we'll schedule an appointment. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Something short and sweet. Okay. Call them, text them. They're your existing client. Talk to them. Figure out what you need to do to get in front of them. Next, creating a database of all your clients is what we just talked about. But also another thing that's really cool too is, hey, you should be creating a database of all clients, all people, right, that you're sitting down with. You should be creating a database of all of that. And here's why. In 2019, Aetna had a Part B premium give back plan in Dallas and the surrounding counties. Okay, Dallas, Collin, Rockwall, right, Denton. They had a Part B premium give back plan. Part B premium give back plans don't stay around forever. They go in there to capture market share with the Part B premium give back plans. And then they lower it or they get rid of it. What Aetna did in 2019, going into the 2020 selling season, is they had this Part B give back plan, and then they got rid of it for 2020, just literally gone. It's like it doesn't exist anymore. And then what they do is they send them out enrollment forms direct from the carrier to fill it out so they can stay with Aetna, whether in their new plan, if it's a new Part B premium give back plan and they just got rid of the old plan, right, with a new plan number. So now they literally need to be changed. So you need to be tracking this stuff so you can be well informed on the changes. And who's going to help you be well informed on the changes? I'm going to, right? I'm going to help you stay well informed on this stuff. So you know what's going on, the changes. So let's say, for example, you're sitting down with clients right now and they have a WellCare Part B premium give back plan. And next year, WellCare takes that Part B premium give back down from $100 to $50. But Cigna stays at $100. What are you going to do? Well, right now, you're not going to do anything because you don't have a database of this stuff stored. Okay. But what you can do is, if you have all this information, is you can start talking to those clients, those people that you sat down with that trust you, right? They already know you. They've seen your smile on face. Oh, hey, you're going to be the first person to do it. Oh, hey, just so you know, right? Your people, go out, go see them, sit down with them, build that database, take this business serious. And in addition to that, taking away plans, they can add a new plan. In 2021, United Healthcare in this area added a new PPO and a new HMO, right? So I had to take a look at both these plans. I said, hey, which one's good? All right, I like this new HMO. It's better than their existing HMO. So any client that I sat down with that had that existing HMO, the rep even told me, hey, get them out of the old one, put them in the new one. Sometimes you'll see Secure Horizons HMO, which is a company that United Healthcare bought forever ago for their book of business. It's kind of like they've been like phasing them out. It's weird. Right? It's like they're getting rid of it because they rolled out a plan that was so much better than Secure Horizons that it forced us as agents to move them from that plan to the other, which is great for us as agents. We're going out keeping with the same company, same doctor, same medications, and just put them in the new plan with more benefits. So same company can roll out a better plan in the same area. What if next year Humana goes from their Humana Gold Plus as their best plan on the market, right, to their Humana PPO, the Humana Choice PPO, as the best plan on the market, and they reduce the premium if there is a premium in your area to $0, and now it's got all the same benefits as the Humana Gold Plus plan? Well, that's a no-brainer. If you got the option of a PPO or an HMO, you always go PPO. The reason why clients stay with the HMOs is because they have more rich benefits. The benefits have to be more rich. Why? Because the cost is lower in an HMO. Hey, you got to go in network. You can't go out of network. You go out of network, you got to pay the full price. HMO, health maintenance organization, right? You leave that network, you're paying the full price. So they can control the cost. Okay. PPO stands for preferred. We prefer you go to this provider, preferred provider organization. So we prefer you go here, but you don't have to go there. So that means you can go in and out of the network. Okay. So PPOs cost them more money. Okay. Because you can go out of the network, doctor not network. Now they got to pay a little bit. They got to clip a larger check. So the benefits generally aren't as rich. So usually you'll see an HMO with more rich benefits. Okay. So you'll see now if a new plan comes in town, it's like, hey, that's why they say it's like shooting fish in a barrel. But this is also when the vultures come out to take those fish, and they also want to take your fish. And I happen to like my fishing tank, right? I happen to like that fish tank that I got over there. It's full of the fish. They're in great shape, right? And sometimes some of my fish die. It's a little selfish. No, I'm just kidding. But sometimes the fish die, okay? Which happens. It's all right. Nothing we can do. So we need to know your area, just like in your business, you know your numbers. In business, if you don't know your numbers, it's hard to be successful. That's in any business. Do you think Walmart doesn't have accountants? I hope they have accountants, because if they didn't, they wouldn't have been able to scale to the level that they're at. So if you don't know your numbers, how could you sell a product, okay, that you bought for $15 for $14? You're losing $1 per unit. You think they would make that? You think that's a good business model? No, it's not. They'd be out of business pretty quickly. So you got to know your numbers of your business. And you got to know the area that you're in. And how do we do it? Sunfire. Local reps, get in touch with your local rep. That's a huge thing for this call tonight. You need to get in touch with your local rep. They got their finger on the pulse. They know the plans in the area. They know the changes before the changes are released because they're informed. So if you don't know who your local rep is, you're probably getting emails from your local rep. But if you don't know, you call the carrier, you call their help desk. Hey, I need some emails and some phone numbers of the local reps. I'm over here in Dallas County. I'm over here in St. Louis County. I'm over here in San Diego County, right? Whatever it is. I need the local reps over here. Right? Get me some contact information. I'm going to call WellCare. I'm going to call Humana. I'm going to call Aetna. I'm going to call United Healthcare. I'm going to call Cigna, Anthem. I'm going to call every single one. Hey, boom, what's going on next year? Humana. Humana said last year, we're rolling out in Connecticut, right? We're going to Hartford County. First time there, Humana Gold Plus. It's a great plan, right? Great plan. New to the area. It's a big opportunity. Big opportunity. Send these emails out. Read the emails, okay? Now, to answer Jason's question earlier, is how do people write a lot of apps during AEP? Is everything I just said is exactly what they're doing. Proper planning prevents piss poor performance. That's exactly what it is. Be prepared. If a client's got a bag full of medications, okay, if a client's got a lot of doctors, that can absolutely be time consuming. He's 100% correct. Okay, 100% correct. But what I will tell you is it's really easy to put that stuff into Sunfire, right? And just start looking it on up, going through it. And one in the hand is better than two in the bush. That is an absolute fact. You don't know if your next appointment's going to be there. You don't know anything about that next one, right? So what we need to do is we just got to get through that process as quick as we can. And the way you get through the process quick is by doing something more frequently. Okay. The more frequently that you do it, the better you become at it. So if you're new, you're green, and you're not selling Medicare, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, AEP opens up. Hey guys, give me a discount on my leads. I've never sold an app before though. That doesn't make sense. Why do we want to give you a discount on your leads? You never sold any of it, right? Prove yourself. Give us a track record. We want to give you a discount. In fact, they're giving us money to give you a discount. But you got to go earn that, right? You got to go earn that. So with that said, what I want you guys to do is to just kind of get really good at your craft, keep working on your craft, punch the stuff in, get really good at it. I'll tell you, Gustavo, I know that right now. I see him going out there just as one example. He's doing it nonstop. He knows the steps now. So during AP, he's not going to be like, hey, what's Medicare.gov? Wait, what do you mean do a Medicare and Medicaid verification check? Right? All these companies, they have a lot of new hires that come in, part-time new hires that are not as well versed during AEP and OEP. Okay. So for about 5 months of the year, they got a lot of these people that are staff that you probably know more about than the staff does. Okay. So you're calling into a company and this person may not even be as helpful as we'd like them to be. You never know who you're going to get, right? Hang up, call back in if you need to, call a different carrier, whatever it is. So there's certain things that you can do today to be prepared, such as understanding Sunfire, understanding the processes, understanding how Medicare.gov works, understanding medications. You don't need to type in lisinopril, atorvastatin, right? Generic drugs. You should know what a generic drug is, right? It's literally that simple, right? So you should know certain things. Oh, these are all generic drugs. Okay, these are free through the mail. I'll type them in anyways, just for fun, get used to the system. I know my area. I know my numbers. I know the plans in the area. I'm getting good at this stuff. All the information's there. I just need you guys to take advantage of it. I need you to take Medicare advantage of it. That's a cheesy Medicare joke. So those are some of the key things that I need you to start doing today to be prepared for AEP. So with that said, speed of the sales process, work hard, get better at your craft and work on it. And the way that people write a lot is by doing all the stuff that we just talked about and the preparation today, August 17th, for when the gates open, October 15th. So we're prepared 60 days before our competition, right? We're prepared 60 days before our competition. So if you guys have questions, feel free to raise hand, right? Because I was right. I'm just reading the chat over there. So if you got some questions, raise hand, drop it in the group chat. You know, that's it. It's literally the easiest product to sell. It's a great product to sell. If you're not selling a lot of it, you're not asking the right questions. You obviously don't get what you don't ask for in life, let alone in sales. So if you don't know what you're doing, right, that's okay. Ask questions. I want to answer the questions, but I don't want to answer questions that you can easily get the information to in your free time, right? Not while you're in the home, right? So make sure that you guys, just go through it, read about the stuff, right? Educate yourself on some of the stuff. And that way I can help you be a better agent, help you have a more successful business, help ensure that you're in business for a longer period of time. 90% of agents fail in general, if not a little bit higher, maybe 90-something% fail as entrepreneurs, right? Agents. And the way that we found to make sure that agents are able to do business with us for extended periods of time is by ensuring that they have not only cash flow, right, from selling life insurance, for example, cash flow, because cash flow is king to pay your bills, but we also want to ensure that people have renewals. And renewals from life insurance take a long time to build up a large book of business, right? A long time. But with Medicare, you can get that check pretty quickly. $1,500 makes a big difference every month, right? $1,500 of free money, that adds up. Okay, $3,000 a month, that adds up. Then you get to $7, $8,000 a month guaranteed check. I think we'll be doing business together for a long period of time. Follow our system, follow what we do, and you'll be absolutely fine. You'll be plenty successful. So with that said, this is obviously, as per usual, it's going to be clipped. I don't see any raised hands. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask and drop some stuff in the group chat. If there's some stuff that you'd like to add, or if you want to know what else you can do to be successful during AEP, I'm constantly thinking of things that I can go ahead and kind of put together to say, hey, what can we do to help people be successful during AEP? So with that said, I don't see any questions, any raised hands. I appreciate everyone's time. Have a wonderful evening. Enjoy the time with your family. Be really grateful I'm grateful for all of you guys. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for this business. Stack your gratitude. Enjoy your evening. I'll talk to you all soon.